talked to him, Brian mentioned Palangi. Is that how you say his name? The transfer from. Yeah, I love that guy. That guy, he runs around. Yeah, his energy and coming off the edge, and man, that guy, he's a pretty physical dude. And I think he's going to be really important, not in just this game, but I think he's earned himself some playing time when Dax comes back. I still think he'll be in the lineup, full back or whatever they're going to have him do. But I think him and Landon, I just wanted to comment on that. I think they both did a really good job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really impressed with the play of Palange, Landon Horn, and White Houston. Those three guys played tough. I mean, those guys just played really, really well. Obviously, Kent Myers and the offense, Coach Wells was looking to get them involved in the passing game. Probably would have got them involved a little bit more had the score and everything gone a little bit differently. But that's the thing against USC that first quarter, that the beginning of the game, I 100% agree, and that's what Ryan said as well. He mentioned that if the Aggies can come out and play well, maybe get some a turnover or two turnovers, and cash in on some of that. That's going to be huge to get some momentum and get things rolling, because there's no, especially with the Aggies, obviously, even if you want to look at all, P5 versus G5 and blah blah blah, going into the Coliseum and that kind of thing, there's not a lot of examples of getting down early and coming back to win. It's just not something that happens too often. If you watch the a team like Houston beat Oklahoma, there's a lot of examples of lower division teams and different things. You got to get out to a good start. You gotta jump on them early. So we'll see what happens early in the first quarter, if the and maybe the Aggies just kind of, maybe it's just a boring first quarter. It's 0-0, but that helps increase the helps with the confidence that the Aggies, if they think they can stop USC, that can obviously pay dividends down the road and later in the game. So, anything else you guys have to add? I wish we could have all been involved in that interview and everything, but he had some good stuff to talk about.
Does either of you guys know what the status of Raymond is? What's going on with him?
He's been out about a month, actually. He hasn't practiced for quite a while. If I remember right, he's got a bad left knee. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but yeah, he hasn't practiced in about a month.
Okay. And Unga. Anybody know what's going on with him? I watched that play that he got hurt on, and I watched it like 10 different times, and he came down the line, and he was the one that made the tackle on it, and then he balled up like back in between the hashes, so I don't know what the heck, I don't know.
Haven't heard anything about Chris, so
no reports on him.
Yeah, I don't think he or Uluave were lingering. Hopefully, they didn't seem like, and from what Coach Wells said and everything, it doesn't seem like there'll be long-term problems or anything like that. So until we hear otherwise, which we may hear in the next couple weeks for sure, we'll go with that for now, and then hopefully, I think Unga would be a pretty big loss, based on if depending on the front that they play and everything, but especially against a good rushing team, and really the schedule of a lot of rushing teams you've got to have somebody that can go in there and spell Seafelt and rotate through. You got to have a couple of those guys. So no doubt that'll have an effect. What recruiting updates do you have, Seth?
It's still been pretty quiet. Not much really. I mean, I've been talking and chatting with Columbia's dad a little bit. He sends me highlights, and I try to get those out to people if you're on Twitter or whatnot of his games. Mm-hmm. The stats that I post, they come straight from his dad, so I know some people have said, oh, that's not true, he didn't have that much or whatever, but I'm just getting them from his dad, and he's on the coaching staff. So there's a couple of guys that Henry Columbia played with last year at U School. There's one of them that Utah State's been talking to. They haven't offered him yet. The last name's Fleury, and he's a receiver. He's about 6'2", really fast. But they haven't offered him yet. Who knows what would happen if Utah State did offer him. I guess Columbia's been playing with him since they were about 6 years old, so there's always that chance. And then there's a kid that plays with Columbia right now. His first name's Josh, last name's Ali. He's committed to Kentucky right now, and I don't know if Henry's in his ear or what's going on with that, but I'm sure Utah State knows all about those guys. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet. A lot of good ball being played in the state. There's a few kids that I'm kind of surprised right now that Utah State hasn't offered. One kid out of Alta, Davis. He's been, he kind of was, talked up or whatnot on the off season, and he's been kind of putting his money, put where the mouth is kind of type thing. He's been having a really good season so far, so I wouldn't mind seeing that kid get an offer from Utah State. But I think we're going to have to. It's going to be pretty dry in the recruiting front here for the next 3 weeks or so until we hit that bye week, and then I think we'll have some better news, or hopefully better news. I know we got some officials coming up for the Air Force game. There'll be some people here, and when we get a list, the better we'll put that on our put that on the website or whatnot for people, and so.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to get some official visitors in here for games, so that could be pretty huge. There was, last year, other than junior college visitors, that I can only think of a couple official visits last year, and they did try a little bit. Reed was the player personnel guy, and he did tell me that they were trying to get a few guys. So hopefully they'll get more. I think that can only help in the recruiting process. But obviously some guys want to take 5 visits, 5 weekends in a row. Obviously, you're dealing with high school games and all kinds of different things, so it's not always as easy as you would think to get guys to games. But yeah, recruiting should be.
There is another kid. Sorry, there is another kid. Blinn JUCO. That's where Devontae Mates came from. We offered one of their running backs, DeAnthony Hopkins. And I'm not sure how that's gonna, if that's gonna have anything to do, if we're gonna have a shot at him or whatnot. But it's another big back. He's listed at 6'2", 225. So he's another workhorse. They had a game today, and I haven't been able to get on there and see what he did today. They had the first game, and they absolutely blew a team out, 50-something to nothing or something like that. And he didn't play that much. He had a touchdown, one or two touchdowns, but they were short yardage type stuff. But another big back out of Blinn that we offered a while back. But So we're sticking our nose still, and we're still in with Blinn, if you will.
Yeah, it's working okay with Devontae Mays, so, might as well get another guy, even though, next year it'll be everybody but Mays back. You can never have too many.
Think about. That's awesome to think about, too. So.
Yeah, against Weber, it was definitely kind of eye-opening to see a fourth-string running back, Justin Hervey, take it 80 yards to the house, like it was nothing. So, that guy's got all the potential.
And Hervey put on 15 pounds. I was worried that he was going to be a little bit slower, but he looked pretty fast to me.
Yeah, it's not bad weight for sure. So he's not just moving up on the scale. He's getting stronger. He's getting faster, and that's obviously huge for any running back. So, well, any pressing things on your mind? Do you want to bring up any reality TV or anything? Anything?
I think I'm good.
You want to hit the catfish?
No catfish. I haven't been catfished lately, so we'll see. We'll see if Anthony Williams keeps catfishing us, or if he's the real deal. He'll. I guess we can bring that up every podcast until he's starting and playing every game, and playing up to his potential. He's still catfishing everybody. So. We'll see. But all right, guys. Well, good to chat. I'll go to work on getting this put together and up on the website. This is, as always, brought to you by ustateaggies.com. Make sure you check out the website. We've got USC content as well as Utah State content. And so definitely check that out. Some articles about USC, some articles about recruiting, some premium-only articles, obviously. So sign up. $44.95 per year is the best deal. So take advantage of that right now. It's probably your best bet. Obviously, you still get 7 days trial and all that kind of thing to try it out. But for $44.95 per year, you can get all the Scout.com benefits, articles, discounts, all that kind of stuff that you're going to get that paid for, a few times over. So, especially
and like Isaac said, that's not just Utah State premium content. That's any team. I mean, you can go to any team's premium board and see what they got going on. So.
Yeah, and some of the best articles about some of these recruits are premium articles by a different website. Obviously the Utah Scout website just improved itself with a few new guys and different things. So, there's some good articles, good coverage of recruiting, good coverage of different teams. Obviously, you can go to the message board of opposing teams and talk trash or whatever you want to do. And really get your money's worth. So, I know I've been checking out a little bit what the USC fans have been saying on their message board. I've checked out a few different message boards. If you kind of follow the BYU and Utah rivalry and that kind of thing, you can kind of check out their boards and their articles. So it's definitely a good thing to get all that premium content. Check it out. Subscribe, like, favorite, whatever on iTunes, on iHeartRadio. Check out our subscribe to our feed, and however you want to listen to podcasts is fine with us. iHeartRadio has been great to put our podcast on there, so we appreciate them. Shout out to iHeart. Download their app. They've got a lot of great podcasts, so check that out. But definitely visit ustateaggies.com. We appreciate the Scout.com network and all all the support and